Record. Okay, so this is the business opportunity call for Best Self Productions team. I'm Becca Alamano, and we will just jump right in. I'm going to go to the PowerPoint, and then there we go. Okay. Can you see the this window, this extra window here that I'm waving around?
I just see the picture of you there.
Okay, cool. There's this other weird participant thing.
Okay.
Okay, so my team is Best Self Productions. I have big goals. So not everybody who has coaches on their team necessarily makes their own name, but we are part of the Dream Team, which is the #1 team in the company. Melanie Mitro is right there in the middle of this picture. She was the #1 coach in all of Beachbody last year and again this year. The results just came out. So we have a lot of good resources in her and in that team. There's, I think, 3,000 coaches on her team. So it's a really good place to be. There, a little bit about me. So I'm Becca. I just turned 26. I'm married with 2 little fur babies there. Little kitty is Bruce, and the big dog is Harvey, also chewing his bone right behind me, so if there's extra noise, sorry. So I came upon Beachbody because we move a lot. My husband's in the Marine Corps, as you know, and it's really difficult to find a stable job that has growth potential. You know, I could go work at TJ Maxx or something, but I didn't really want to do that. We moved out to California, and I was going to try and pursue a master's degree, and I wanted to do occupational therapy. And by the time I looked into it, we weren't going to be here long enough. And so I was completely heartbroken and had a complete mental breakdown one day and was like, what can I do? And I was on Facebook, and somebody popped up on my newsfeed that was a Beachbody coach. And I was like, let's research this and find out what it is, because it seems cool. I've always loved to exercise. It's always been something that I feel noticeably better and happier when I'm working out. Even if I'm eating like crap, I always can count on getting a workout in because I just am a better person when I exercise. I love to eat, and we are an Italian family, so I grew up eating a lot of pasta, a lot of bread. Our first 2.5 years of marriage, we would eat half a loaf of white dinner bread with dipping oil every single night. So we don't do that anymore, but it was a slow progression to love healthier food, because we definitely love the carbs. But I really threw myself into Beachbody before Joe deployed this spring, because I knew that if I was by myself, I was either going to be I needed to be really happy, or else I was going to be really sad. So I thought this was a good positive thing to commit to. And then to be inspiring other people, I was going to have to be living it out myself. So I had a pretty serious transformation from when I started in March through when he got home. My body was significantly different, which was kind of fun for us and for him to be oh, hey, because he'd only seen my face through a little FaceTime screen for 6 months. So that was kind of cool. But so I really feel passionately that you can do, no matter what your job may be outside of Beachbody, if you decided that you wanted to be a coach, I think that being healthy impacts everything else that you do. You know, you can't be a good teacher or a good, banker or anything if you don't feel good. You know, being healthy and having energy just translates to everything else going well. I really think it's the fundamental base of everything. So that's why I like this company, and that's why I feel really passionately about helping people figure out what works for them to make them feel happiest and healthiest. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. Beachbody. What is Beachbody? So they started as a direct sales company in the 90s, where they just threw out the infomercials. You called the number, they sent you the videos, and they were done with you. Then they realized that they had all these forums online where people would talk about the issues they were having, and they would be encouraging people. So they thought it would be a good idea to bring in coaches who could take those forums to more of a peer-to-peer aspect and have more one-on-one consultation with people and like really have the accountability of the challenge groups that we run. So they started developing even more fitness programs so that even more people could be involved in these challenge groups. So there's everything from like the serious P90X series to like lower impact workouts. Some like 21 Day Fix is very nutrition focused. So they have things for people who want different things out of a workout. There's like booty ballet and like all kinds of stuff. So it's cool because they really want health and fitness to be like a mainstay in America. They're really trying to like end the trend of obesity is their slogan, which is cool. And they want to give everybody an outlet to do that because not everybody likes the same things. So let's see, multi-level marketing. So multi-level marketing is where you can earn money as a coach through direct sales, so through commissions, which I'll talk about that. There's a slide about earnings. And then there's also team incentives. So as your team grows and as your teams grow, there's different bonuses that Beachbody gives you directly from their revenues. So a lot of times people ask about it being a pyramid scheme, and my understanding of what a pyramid scheme is where the person at the top brings in recruits and then gets a portion of what the recruits do. And Beachbody doesn't do that. So like as a coach, I make 100% of my commission. No one like above me, like my coach Melanie doesn't get a cut of any dollars that I bring in. Our team volume counts, and then Beachbody rewards us for that. But there's no there's no other person that's involved in your income. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So then what is a coach? So they have this lovely little slogan, coaches are everyday people doing extraordinary things. So really a coach is anyone who wants to help themselves be healthier, other people be healthier, really just somebody who wants to be a positive influence in other people's lives. If you are motivated to set goals, even so much as I want to drink Shakeology every day because I know it's good for me, and you do that every day, that's enough to be a coach. If you want to finish a workout program, I'm going to start PIO, I'm going to finish PIO. I'm going to do the series as it's laid out for me. You don't need to be a fitness expert. You don't need to be a nutritionist. You don't need to be a personal trainer. None of that is, would the extra information be good and the knowledge is good? Absolutely. But they give you all the resources that all the programs come with the nutrition plans. So you can really guide people with the resources that Beachbody provides for you. And then there's so much information on the internet at this point. Everyone could be a nutritionist in a casual way. So there's a lot of resources within our team with meal plans and that sort of thing. So there's not some set standard for who can be a coach. And then these are the options. So these are kind of like the typical types of coaches that you can be. So some people are discount coaches, which is just you want to get the discount on your Shakeology and that's it. You save I think $17 a month on Shakeology when you $16 when you sign up as a discount coach. So you can have the support and accountability of the challenge group still and drink your Shakeology every day. You don't even have to sell anything and you're still benefiting from signing up that way. The hobby coach is what a lot of people do when they work other full-time jobs. So maybe you love your job and you don't want to be a Beachbody coach full-time. But you like really love the products and there's people in your life that you're telling about them who then as a result want to buy from you. And then you want to earn like a few extra $100 a month, to help with bills or whatever. That's what they call the hobby coach. And then there's the business builder, which is, I want to make this a full-time income. I want to replace my job with it. I want to be on the stage at Summit, getting awards and all that kind of stuff. That's a lot of the people. It's incredible how many stories there are of people who just start as Shakeology drinkers. They just like the product. And then all of a sudden they've decided to commit to the business and 2 years later, they have completely replaced their full-time income and they're stay-at-home moms, and they, you know, have so much more freedom in their life. So, or the little graphic says you can be somewhere in the middle. So there's a lot of like room. You can really do as much or as little as you want with it. You don't have to be like all in. So what my coach did and what she does and what I do for coaches that join my team is you can join, like your customers can join my challenge groups, and we can kind of run the groups together so that you're not feeling like you're thrown in, like drowning. I have no idea what to do. I don't know how to run this group. So what I did my first month was I co-ran a group with her. And then the next month I did my own group, and she has a bunch of guides that she shares. I've created my own guides at this point to give ideas for like the daily posts and stuff. So there's a ton of resources, and yeah, it's pretty like there's a lot of support as a new coach. So you can be a hobby coach and not have to run your own challenge groups or anything if you don't have the time for it. And then what does a coach do? So this is, the challenge groups are really like the bread and butter of Beachbody. They are like the important part about this company, and what we do as coaches is helping people get results that they're looking for, you know, helping them get healthier. So the challenge groups are like the number one avenue for that to happen. So as a coach, we run the groups. Like I said, we could run them together. And then there's also different free groups that people run. I've done some like 10-day clean eating challenges, or there's a bunch of people right now doing like a crock pot, a 7-day free crock pot, like recipe thing. So people do that kind of thing. And then you just kind of lead by example. And so a lot of it is just being a product of the products and sharing what you're doing that's working. So like posting about Shakeology, posting about workouts, just helping other people feel inspired to go get their workout in. And really just leading and being a good example of health and happiness and positivity for other people. The money. So commissions, it's 25% of anything that your customers buy, you earn in commission. And then unless they're club members. So club members pay a quarterly fee, I think. I don't know if they were doing it weekly, but I think it's quarterly now. And they save 10% on everything. So then you only get 15% of that commission. So that equals 25%. And then the team cycle bonuses is where, did you read about these?
A little bit.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. And basically, it has to do with the way that your team is accruing volume for purchases from customers. So like you have, in your business, you have a right leg and a left leg. And whichever leg is your strong leg, Beachbody assigns other coaches to. Like this leg is connected with a bunch of other other coaches on your larger team, so that you don't really have anything to do with, but they count for volume on your team. And then this leg, you're responsible for building volume on that leg. So when this leg's volume starts to match the bigger leg, you get these team cycle bonuses. So for every 300 points that your weak leg matches your strong leg, it cycles and you get a bonus for that. Does that make sense? Kind of.
I think so.
It's confusing. I literally today was watching more videos about it because it's kind of just, it's a little bit tricky. Hi, someone else just joined us.
Hi, Becca, it's Sarah.
Hi, we're just talking about money. We're kind of in the middle here.
Okay.
So I was talking about how we get paid. So the first way is commissions. 25% of all purchases from customers is you earn in commissions. And then for club members that are customers, you only make 15% commission because they save money on their own purchases. So, and then there's a team cycle bonus that I was just explaining to Hillary that is a little bit complicated, and it works better when there's a graphic, but it has to do with the way that your team volume sort of accrues and compounds and then matches the larger part of the team, which I can explain later too when we get like deeper into it, or you guys decide that you want to jump on. The third way is the star diamond bonuses, and this is where it's like very exciting because, and the team cycle bonuses add up really quickly. I mean, that's for most coaches, that's where the bulk of your income ends up coming from, is from these bonuses that come directly from Beachbody. And then the star diamond bonuses, every quarter, Beachbody sets aside a quarter of their total revenue as a company, which is I think that they hit the $1 billion mark last year. Like they're a large company. So they set aside a quarter of their revenue each quarter to split among the different diamond ranks, which diamond just means that you have a certain number of coaches on your team. So once you get there, people earn, I was watching a video, somebody, she was a 15-star diamond, which is pretty high, but her quarterly bonus was $30,000. Just like Beachbody telling you good job. So there's like a lot of opportunity for growth within that. So 4 times this year, she's going to get a $30,000 additional check from the company.
That's nice.
Yeah. So that's something to work towards. But so for the lower ranks, obviously that is sort of an extreme case, but still there's a lot of people that get those kinds of bonuses. They range, I think, anywhere from 2,000 is the lowest one. So like 2,000 to 30,000. And then the team cycle bonuses also change with rank. So as you have a larger team that grows, you can earn anywhere from $250 a week to $12,000 a week, depending on how large your team is. Most people are obviously in the middle somewhere. Not everyone's getting $12,000 a week, but you can. And then the other thing, this isn't really payment, but another incentive that they have is vacations. They take trips, and you can earn these free vacations every year. And it's through what they call Success Club. And you get a number of Success Club points for different purchases that your customers make. So when someone purchases a challenge pack, it's 2 Success Club points. When someone when a new customer orders a Shakeology Home Direct, it's 1 Success Club point. So if you get 5 Success Club points, so that's basically helping 3 people get on the road to their goals in a month, you've hit Success Club. And if you do that every month for, I think, 12 months, you earn a free cruise or trip. I think they did a trip to Cancun this year. They went to Europe once. Every year they take these like really everything's included kind of trips that I have not been on because we're a little bit cramped for vacation time in the military, but it's a nice incentive to have, everyone could use a free vacation. And then, so what could you expect from this team if you decided that you wanted to join as a coach? How are we different? So we are a direct offshoot of the Dream Team. Melanie Mitro is my upline coach directly. So she would be your upline star diamond coach. So as a part of that team, we have access to all of her trainings, all of her resources. She has a 30-day Coach University that I have. She lets us put in our own team pages. So I have all of her sort of like what would be handouts kind of and assignments for how to get you started on the right track the first month of being a coach. And you can do it this way through the team page at your own pace, or you can join one of her accelerated like boot camp kind of groups where she really guides you every single day, and like you have different tasks that you complete, and she helps you figure out like how to manage your time, what you need to do to make sales, help new people, find new customers. And I completely just lost my train of thought. But it's really good. She's very, sorry. She's very resourceful, and she's obviously been super successful. So her groups are amazing. She has these guides that she shares with all these different groups that she runs. Trainings, there's different, once you get through the boot camp course, there's different groups that you can join. So there's groups, like I was just in a group this last month that was a social media group, and it was about how to sort of tweak and perfect the different social media outlets. So every week for a month, we focused on a different social media outlet. So one week was blogging, one week was Pinterest, one week was Instagram, and this week just started. I don't know what this week is actually. But she does like push groups. So if you want to get to Diamond really fast, you can be in a group and she will tell you what to do every single day to get you to Diamond. So that's amazing. I don't know that many other teams in the corporation do that. She has weekly calls that we're all a part of, and then all these extra groups have their own calls to kind of get you like pumped up, give you tips for like how to approach the week or whatever. And then she does different incentives as well. So this Cash for Christmas incentive is one that I've also implemented in my team. So she's doing, for every $500 that you earn in commissions, you also get a bonus. So it's an incentive to help you, find more customers, get more people in challenge groups, stuff like that. And then for every $500, she sends a prize. So if you were to be on my team, you would get a prize from her and a prize from me. So yeah, I think that's all. That's all. What questions do you have?
What was the Cash for Christmas thing? Like how do you get that 50? How do you gain?
So it would be in commissions. So every $50 that you would earn in commissions, which if you wanted to be a coach, I would obviously help you figure out how to bring people in. And that would be like selling challenge packs, finding people who want to just drink Shakeology, that kind of thing. So it would be, they tally it up every week. So payment is every Thursday. So every Thursday it comes in with the new totals for what your revenue was for that week. So like I have mine right here staring at me. I'm at 444 right now. So I'm almost there. So close. So, and the benefit of it, I mean, obviously we all would love to be making an extra $500 every month, but her sort of incentive is like, are you willing to spend an extra 20 minutes a day inviting people to a challenge group? You're going to earn money and you're going to win a prize. Which is cool because it's a hard time of year for people physically. So it's good to be like, for us to be pumping the gas on that and helping people.
Yeah. It's definitely hard with all like the family stuff going on, the foods and all that good stuff.
I know. I was like having a little bit of an issue reading everyone's Thanksgiving meals because Eileen, when her whole meal, like her whole menu that she listed, I was like, it's
serve me a plate, please.
I know.
How do you gain coaches? Like, what is your main method, or even just people in your groups?
Yeah, usually it's people who have had a good experience in the challenge groups and who want to share that experience with other people. So like, I mean, you like drinking Shakeology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like generally it's people who like drinking Shakeology and then they like tell their mom about it and their mom wants to start drinking it. So I will say, hey, Hillary, if you sign up as a coach with me, then you can save on Shakeology and you can make the commission off your mom's Shakeology. And then as you share it with more people, you gain more customers, you gain people who want to be coaches on your team, that sort of thing. So, and then there's other people who like maybe have reached out to me and said, I want to be a coach, I want to make extra money, which kind of take with a grain of salt because it's about helping people and your income is totally a reflection of how many people that you're helping and how well you're helping them. Mm-hmm. So it's not really, if you're totally focused on the cash, it won't come. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like the most successful people, I think as with anything, if you're focused on the reason that you're doing it, you can be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I've got a question, Becca. This
Yeah.
is Sarah. Is there any training that we'd have to do, or like modules that we'd have to watch or something, or things to read to like be a coach?
There's not anything that would be mandatory, but there are a lot of resources. So if you were to sign up as a coach, you have what's called the back office. So you would log into your Beachbody account, and then in the back office, there's a whole training section. So in addition to the training that is provided by me through our team page and by Melanie through her team page, Beachbody as an organization has created these sort of modules just of helpful videos to explain different things, like to explain the compensation plan a little bit more in detail and that kind of stuff. And they also provide a lot of guides for challenge groups. But again, I think you weren't on the call yet, Sarah. I mentioned to Hillary, if you wanted to be a coach and wanted to have customers sign up with you, like I know we were talking about maybe some of your other teacher friends, you would be more than welcome to include them in my groups, and we could just sort of run the groups together, and you could play a role for those people in the group. You would not have to start your own groups right away and like jump full force. Yeah.
That'd be a good transition.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what I did with my coach when I started, was I joined one of her challenge groups, and sort of like, I mean, you guys have both been in one now for a little while, but sort of to see how it like works, how she sets it up, what like the vibe is,
right.
You know, which obviously everyone makes their own anyways, but yeah, it's definitely a good way to start by having someone else be like the main lead, and then you kind of take another role in it.
Yeah, I'm going to have another teacher come in tomorrow with us, so it'll be me and 2 other teachers. I'm working on the 3rd.
Cool. That's awesome. Fun.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Good. That pumps me up, man. Okay, it's telling me that our meeting will end in 10 minutes. Just so we know, it's just giving me a little notice there.
There it is.
What else? What other questions do you guys have?
How did you get connected with Melanie?
So after that said mental breakdown where I was lost and didn't know what I was going to do with my life, I started looking. I was just watching a ton of YouTube videos and like Googling all sorts of stuff about Beachbody and like how it works and who the top coaches are and all this stuff. And so I found her, and I actually didn't know she was the number 1 coach at the time. She was the number 2 coach the year that I signed up. But she had like a little thing where you could request to like fill out an application to join her team. So I did, because I was like, I want to be successful, and I want to grow a team, and I want to grow a business. So if I want to do that, I want to be on someone's team who's already done it, you know, like, and her whole thing really is, her like number 1 line is, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, something that I think is really cool about Beachbody and the team that we're on specifically is that they share everything that works for them. Like the calls on Monday nights are all about what's working for the coaches that are being the most successful. So there's no secrets. It's very like not corporate America. Like nobody's keeping, their strategies close to their vest. Like they really share everything. They share graphics. They share like this Cash for Christmas thing. She said, like, take it, run with it, do it on your teams. Like the trainings, she tells everybody and she has 3,000 coaches on her team. So for you to tell 3,000 people to take for free the training that you slaved over for 2 years, like it's pretty cool. So yeah, I just thought I should probably get in with somebody who already knows what they're doing.
Yeah, it's smart, because when I was doing some of my research, I was noticing there's people that had like their pages, and it's like, sign up with us. And I'm like, didn't know, I mean, not doing enough research probably, but didn't know if.
Yeah, it's hard to tell like who you want to be with, who you don't want to be with.
Mm-hmm. This is awesome. Like all the support you get, and
It really is. And she has like team pages. So like if you were to decide to join, there's a dream team page that is like all the coaches on the team. So whenever I have a question about something, like obviously I'm not going to direct message her because she's like big time. You guys can direct message me. I'll be big time, but not quite yet. But so I'll like just write in the team page and be like, hey, has anybody dealt with, like, we're flying. And I was talking about in the group, I wanted to know about like what the flight regulations are for Shakeology and like an open bag of Shakeology. So you write a question in there and like 30 people respond.
That's so cool.
Which is cool. Yeah, it's cool. It's a good like positive community for sure.
This is really neat.
Yeah.
It's like a big family.
Yeah, it kind of is, really. And like we, so they have a national, I should keep, okay, there is, it's telling me the time. I was like, I should pay attention to the time if they're going to kick us off. But every summer it's called Summit, and it's a big meeting of all the coaches. Well, not all the coaches, but all the coaches who want to come. And it was in Nashville this year, and it was so cool because there were 25,000 coaches that all met up the same weekend in Nashville. They were all like the top coaches, all gave different talks on different topics and stuff. I went completely by myself. I did not have a soul. And especially because I just like jumped in for the business opportunity. So I didn't come in, like a lot of people come in with the challenge group. So they have like this little group that they already know. So they like all travel together. I didn't know anybody. But everyone was so friendly. And like you go to a bar and you sit down next to somebody and you like see their little lanyard and you're like, hey, and you talk to them, you know, everybody kind of feels like you're in the same boat, you know, we're all kind of trying to do the same thing. So it's cool.
You have that one thing in common that you can start.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a cool thing too. Cause people are so different. It's not like, even there, I was just floored by the variety of humans that were there, you know,
right.
Which was neat because it really is representative of like the nation, you know, like there's not some stereotypical Beachbody coach, which is cool.
That is nice. So did you get to meet Melanie?
Yeah, I did. I ran into her in a restaurant. It was like the biggest girl crush moment of my life.
Fangirl moment.
Yeah, I was like, I was sweating a little. But I've talked to her, you know, like we do like the getting started right calls. Like when a new coach signs up, you talk to your sponsor coach about what your goals are for the first month, for the first week even. So I had those kinds of calls with her, and I was in her groups and stuff. So we'd interacted a lot on the computer, but I hadn't ever like met her in real life. And it was actually really embarrassing because before I met her, I was standing in line next to her husband getting tacos. And he walked up behind me and I was like, hey, Matt, you don't know me. Like, it was so funny. Luckily he laughed. I'm sure he thought I was a psycho, but
I'm sure not the first one that's happened too.
Hopefully not, but it was funny. So yeah, I did get to meet her, which was cool. And she's very normal. Like, that's the thing. Even like the most successful people in this company, like they're so down to earth and like so willing to help you, like absolutely willing to like drop what they're doing to help you out. So it's cool.
That's neat.
Yeah. Sarah, do you have any other questions?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right.
I'm just going to wait to see what the other teachers say and take it from there.
Okay, yeah. And so I'll post this recording. I'll send it to you. I think it takes a few minutes to download. But I covered a little bit at the beginning, Sarah, about like the different ways you can be a coach.
Okay.
You don't necessarily need to like throw it all in. You can kind of just do it as a hobby or a side thing. I'll show that a little bit more at the beginning.
All right. I apologize for being late. We had to wait literally 25 minutes in the vet's office before the vet came in. And
that's so fun.
I don't know. It was, So anyways, I'll listen to that once you post it.
Okay, cool. How's your dog?
She's doing better. Her sisters are still there, and she likes to open and close her mouth now that she can feel that she has no tooth. But other than that,
her teeth yanked out on the cage. Well, good. I'm glad she's better.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for being on the call, guys. I appreciate
Thanks.
it. I hope it was helpful for you in like
Definitely.
deciding if you want to pursue it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Well, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.